Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Totally Transformed. My name is Dawn and I do videos on life transformation, health and wellness, and my own personal journey healing from chronic illness. Okay guys, now it is almost week 3 here of, actually it is week 3. Today is day 1 of week 3 of the Whole30 challenge. And today I'm going to be doing 3 different popular Pinterest recipes that are just popular in and of itself, but happen to be Whole30 compliant. So whether you're doing Whole30 or not, you're gonna enjoy these recipes. I'm super excited about doing this. I've not done any of these before, never tried any of these before, and I just found out about this one recipe that we're gonna do first the other week on social media. In one of my Whole30 groups, I saw this woman made this and it sounded really interesting. So we're gonna get going on that, and what we're gonna first do is chicken shawarma fries. Doesn't that sound awesome? Now there's many different components to doing this, so it's almost like 3 or 4 different recipes in one, but it doesn't seem too complicated. It's just a lot of stuff. Okay, so let me show you here what we're gonna do for the chicken shawarma itself. So right here we have some organic chicken, and then all these spices, salt and pepper, we have lemon, I have ground cumin, turmeric, garlic, paprika, allspice, a little bit of cayenne, a little bit of cinnamon, avocado oil, and then I'm gonna use some of this dried bruschetta. This actually, it just has like dried tomatoes in it. Honestly, I just wanna get rid of some of that stuff, and I just thought it would add some flavor to it. And honestly, I'm thinking instead of using the cayenne, using this Italian hot pepper sauce. I think that might make it taste good too. And so I need to get a marinade going. So what I'm gonna do is combine these ingredients in a bag, and I'll show you what that looks like, and get going on making this marinade, marinating this for about an hour. Whoops. Okay guys, I just literally smashed the entire garlic and it went everywhere. So, like I pressed down the garlic and the whole thing, I've never had that happen. It just like literally went everywhere. So, undo these garlics. It just says to smash it, so not quite sure. I'm gonna just chop it up a little bit, give it some flavor. And stick all of this in here. So I'm gonna add this pepper sauce to the mix. Just gonna add a small amount. I don't think it's that hot, so I'm gonna add a little bit more, because I love this stuff. It says a pinch of cinnamon. I'm just gonna do that job. All right. Now the salt, just put some salt in there. It doesn't say how much salt, doesn't say how much pepper. Half a teaspoon of allspice. And this is the allspice. I like using organic seasonings, and the reason is, this smells so good. If only there was smell-o-vision. The reason is because they radiate the spices, and that alone will take the nutrition out of it. So we need 1 teaspoon of cumin and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Okay. Half a teaspoon of turmeric. I'm probably gonna add more than that. And then I just wanted to add some garlic salt to it. I just thought that would be good too, even though there's garlic in there. Okay, so that really is the marinade itself. I'll just mix it together with this and then pretty much proceed to stick all this chicken in here with the marinade. But before that, we need to cut the chicken up, and let me show you that. Okay, so what you wanna do is cut the chicken up into strips, and you wanna keep the strips pretty even in their size so they'll all cook the same. As this goes down, I think it'll be fine. I'm just gonna probably cut it a bit thinner. And so you guys get the idea, just strips like this, okay? Cut them into strips, and then you're going to marinate this for an hour. Okay guys, so I have these all cut. I'm gonna stick this in the bag. I already have some in here. Okay, now we're just gonna take this marinade and stick it in here. And then you just take the bag and you squish it all together, the whole marinade. And then just take this, and then once it's all completely marinated, you're gonna put it in the fridge. Okay, so while that is marinating, then I'm going to make the second component to this recipe. Total recipe, because it's like several recipes in one. All right, so now what we're going to do is make what they call a Mediterranean salsa. So I don't have enough tomatoes, but it calls for a couple tomatoes. I'm gonna do more cucumber than tomato. That cucumber is from my garden. So excited about that. I'm using this garlic flavored mayo, but you're supposed to use regular mayo, and then salt and pepper, oregano, and then I think I'm supposed to have garlic with it too. I think what I'm gonna do is just use garlic powder with that. So I really don't need it because it's already flavored for garlic, but I like the garlic flavor. So let me show you how this goes. Okay, first and foremost, if you're using the same knife, make sure you wash it. Make sure you wash your hands, of course. But we're gonna chop up this tomato here. I think I need to get my knives sharpened for sure. This tomato is going everywhere. So you're gonna chop this up like you would making a pico de gallo. And then chop up a cucumber into small pieces. Okay, and I forgot to mention too, that's the juice of 1 lemon. So we're gonna add the juice of 1 lemon to that. It does say it wants chopped garlic, but I'm not gonna add that to it. I'm just gonna salt this with some pink Himalayan salt. Add some pepper, add as much as you want. Put some oregano in there. I love oregano on cucumber salads. And then I gotta take the top off of this. Yeah, my garlic is still all over the floor from that explosion. And then you're going to add in, that is it, I'm sorry. Let me just tell you this. This is for the garlic sauce. So never mind, this is the salsa. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense if we put that in there. So this is pretty much it. You can add, you know, if you want, you can, if you don't have a lemon, you can probably do some red wine vinegar. But mix that up, let that marinate, sit that out, and there's that. So, I mean, I don't know if you put it on top, I think you do. All right. Okay guys, so now we're on to the garlic sauce. I've already chopped up 3 cloves of garlic. And I just lightly chopped it, but I'm gonna take this bowl and just crush it. I thought that this would be better. And stick that in here. Okay, so once we got that in there, you put in lemon juice up to 2 tablespoons. I have a half a cup of this mayo. And again, it's Primal Kitchen's garlic aioli mayo, but you're supposed to use plain mayo. But I don't mind garlic, so the more the merrier. So we're sticking that in there, and then all that's left that you need is some salt. This kind of sounds really good, this garlic salt. I'm excited to try this. Mix it up. And then we'll set that aside once I'm ready to make the shawarma. And the shawarma is really easy to make. I mean, so far all of these recipes have been pretty easy. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I've already made the fries. So let me explain to you how you make the fries. So if you're not on Whole30, you can just buy some fries and bake them or whatever. But when you're on Whole30, you're gonna make your own, okay? So you can either just chop up potatoes or chop them up in fry style or just in cubes, whatever. You stick it on a baking tray, preheat your oven to 400 by the way. Stick it on a baking tray with some of the avocado oil, and then you salt and pepper. I added 21 seasons to it. Bake it for 15 minutes, turn it over, and then bake it for another 10 minutes. It may stick a little bit, but don't worry about it. It might smush a little bit, but they're still really good. And they turn out perfect every single time. So that's how you make the potatoes. Since I had those pre-made ahead of time from a previous recipe, that's why I thought I'd make this recipe today. So I already had those baked, and I'll preheat those while I'm cooking the chicken shawarma. All right, it's been an hour, and I've taken out the chicken here, and I'm getting ready to just stick it on a sheet, a baking sheet that I put parchment paper on. Okay, it actually made 2 trays of chicken. I didn't tell you guys this, but I did add more chicken to this because I wanted to make this for leftovers. So I'm gonna stick this into a 400-degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes. All right, so we are done with cooking the chicken. This is what it looks like when it's done. You wanna chop it off. It did need quite a bit of salt. I baked off these fries that I had made previously, and I'm just gonna serve the salsa on the side, kind of as a salad. Tastes pretty good that way. And then I'm gonna put all this together. Okay guys, here is chicken shawarma fries done. That looks so, so good. I can't wait to try it, and I'll let you guys know when I start the next video how it was. But meanwhile, we're gonna eat right now. All right guys, it is a few days later, and I am back with another popular Pinterest recipe for Whole30 challenge. And so before we get started, if you guys want to follow me on Pinterest, it's under my name, Dawn Kruger Sharon, and I will link that below in the description, and all the recipes for everything I'm making will have links below where you can find them. Okay, so now I am going to be making on Pinterest the spicy, well, it's going to be not so spicy, but if you want spicy, you can. Samosa Patties. Okay, so if you like samosa, if you like Indian food, I thought this would be really good because, oh, I wanted to mention that shawarma was really, really good. Although I would probably adjust the spices on the chicken itself because I'm not just a big like cumin fan. But, and I'm putting cumin in this now. But that garlic sauce was so good. It could be a great dressing, and I was really thinking that chicken shawarma would be awesome for a salad. And so what I'm doing is I'm making these samosas to actually go with it on a salad, kind of making maybe like a nourish bowl with it. So super excited about that. And all right, so first things first, let's get going on what the ingredients for this are. First is 3 russet potatoes, but I actually used the yellow potato. I don't know what it's called. You need a half a cup of peas. You need juice of a lemon, which I've already gotten here. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. You need all these spices. You need garam masala, turmeric. You need ginger. And you need some more cumin. And then fresh spices, you will need some cilantro. So I got some organic cilantro here that I will chop up. And I decided to add some spinach to this because it called for basil, but I just like, oh, I think I'm gonna do spinach. And then some coconut oil, and I think that's to cook it. It also called for yogurt, but we can't have that on the Whole30, so I omitted this. But this will be delicious anytime, guys. Oh, the other thing I wanna add to this is some green onion. I'm gonna do that too. So I'm gonna first like prep all these, and then I'll show you guys me putting it together and cooking it, okay? Okay, so I have the cilantro, the spinach, and the green onion all chopped up, and I'm just gonna add that to my potatoes. And then I'll add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, and to this I'm gonna add a half a cup of frozen peas. The rest of those in there. And then we have a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then now come the spices. And then salt. Just salt it up. I have some pink Himalayan salt. Put that in there. And that is pretty much it. And then we're gonna mix it together. Okay, so you want to take a potato masher and just mash this up and mix this together. Okay, I'm just going to stop filming right here, mash these up, and then form these into patties and get these ready to cook. Okay, so instead of making patties, I decided to just make them and put them directly in here. You put it on medium heat, and then you just wait until these brown on both sides. And the mixture's kind of wet because I had the potatoes frozen. They were from a previous thing that I had used a few weeks ago, and I decided to freeze the potatoes. So I try to squeeze as much water out of it. We'll see how these turn out. Okay, so I turn these over, and they do look pretty good so far. They're getting a little bit brown. I turned up the heat a little bit. And by the way, I used avocado oil instead of the coconut oil because I enjoy using that a lot more for cooking. And if you want to, you can do clarified butter, but anyway, I'll show you the end result here in just a moment. Okay guys, so I have the finished product here. I'm gonna show it to you. And let's do a taste test. It really had a hard time holding up to it, but this one looks pretty good. It's got some char to the end, so. It's good. That's really, really good. It's not too spicy. This did call for jalapeno, but I didn't have any, and I am not much of a jalapeno person, so anyway, I'm not sure if my light is not good. Here, let's put that on. Okay, guys, yeah, I look pretty scary in that light, so let's go back. All right, guys, so that is the second recipe for my popular Pinterest. And hold on, I have one more for you. So stay tuned, and I will start on that in probably just a few days. But yeah, highly recommend making those. Those are really, really good. That will go really well with the chicken shawarma. So I'm excited about that. Okay, guys, it's another day and another good day for making a popular Pinterest recipe that is Whole30 compliant. I'm super excited about this today, guys, because I have pinned this recipe a long time ago, a really long time ago, interested in making it, but for some reason it's got lost in my pins and I never made it. And it is the famous egg roll in a bowl. So not only is this Whole30 compliant, but this has a lot of different variations. You can make it vegan, vegetarian, you can make it keto. It's really well known for keto. So I'm going to show you guys today what the deal is, and I have the ingredients laid out right here, and I am going to cook this today. And I just know all the flavors are gonna be amazing. I'm doing a little different variation of it, just a little bit, you know, you may wanna do this or may wanna do your own variation from the recipe. And by the way, I don't even know if I mentioned it before, but follow me on Pinterest. I'll put my thing down here. And yeah, so you can get these recipes. I actually have a board that is Whole30 recipes. A lot of recipes I put in there, but these recipes will be included. All right, so these are the ingredients that I will be using. This is green onion. We'll be using some garlic, ginger, onion. I have some leftover cream meaty mushrooms. That's a little bit of a variation from the recipe. In this bowl, I have 5 cups of cabbage, and I took a little bit of a help from getting this. Let me just show you guys, hold on. Getting this from Trader Joe's, and I had some leftover because I like putting this in soups and salads and nourish bowls, all kinds of stuff. So I added that in there just for more color. It's got some carrots in there. Now it did require a little bit more carrots. I just didn't feel like shredding them up, so I just stuck with that. Then I had a zucchini in my fridge. I decided to add that to it. That's another variation. There's a whole bunch of cabbage left over that I have. Apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper, sesame seeds. You don't have to do this, but you can toast them up to put them on there or just put them on raw. Here's another variation. I'm adding some sriracha to mine. Coconut aminos, toasted sesame oil, and chicken stock. And that's pretty much the ingredients for this. It will be a stir fry. So that's kind of thinking when I'm just gonna dig the wok out and use it as a stir fry. Oh, I forgot. The protein. Sorry about that. This is what I'll be using is the chicken. So again, this can be, you can use chicken, you can use ground, it calls for ground turkey in the recipe. You can use, let's see, you can use, what else? Ground beef. And if you're not on Whole30, if you're vegan, you can use that, you know, Beyond Meat. You can use tofu, you can use beans, you can do all kinds of different things with this. So it really has a lot of different variations, but you know, for today it's Whole30 compliant. And I'm super excited about getting going on this recipe. Let me just show you guys how it's made. All right guys, so I have everything chopped up here and ready to go. And I am going to actually cook this up in a wok. I'm gonna turn this on, and I actually already toasted up some sunflower seeds here ahead of time, just so that I wouldn't have to worry about it all. And the measurements and all the information will be in the description below, but there's 3 garlic cloves. This is supposed to be a ½ a teaspoon of ginger, but I love ginger. And I did like 4 or 5 mushrooms there. It's supposed to be 1½ cups of onion. I just did 1 medium onion, some green onion. Just keep it simple. All these condiments, like I showed you before. And how I'm going to do this is I am going to actually do it a little bit differently than the recipe says. I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow and not even really follow the recipe. I'm just gonna stick all the ingredients in and cook it up how I would do a stir fry. So let's do this. Okay guys, I'm gonna try to film this a bit differently than I normally do. So hopefully you guys get the gist here. Got some avocado oil is what I'm using. It calls for olive oil, but I love this better. It works at a higher smoke point. So I'm gonna turn this all the way up to high and get going on doing first the onions. And yeah, it's smoking. You want to cook these until they're translucent. I'm going to add the mushrooms now. Get them cooking. And meanwhile, I'm going to salt and pepper. I decided to add some ghee to this too. This is making a lot, so we'll add some ghee to that to get some flavor in there. I don't know about you guys, I like ghee with my mushrooms. Next thing, add ginger. I'm gonna use the garlic press for the garlic cloves. Now it's starting to smell really, really good. Okay, and to this, you're gonna add a little bit of toasted sesame seed oil. Get all those good flavors in there. So that's the base of this. And now you're gonna take this mixture and just stick it somewhere else and then start cooking the meat. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, you don't have to worry about all this being clean. We're just gonna add the meat to that. Whoops, do not add the paper. That would not be good. And then I'm just gonna break up the meat. Actually, let me add some more avocado oil to this because it's all dry in here and we need something to cook it up. Okay, now that the meat is all, I don't know why this is not raising temperature. Now that the meat is all broken up, I usually like it a little bit smaller than this, but it's fine. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. You don't wanna add too much salt because coconut aminos are going in. I don't think coconut aminos is salty as Bragg aminos. I don't know about you guys, but I really like the Bragg's better, but you're not supposed to use it. It's not compliant on Whole30. So this looks good. This looks cooked enough. I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm actually gonna get some of that water out of here. So I'm gonna do a colander and stick it in a colander. All right, guys. So we've got the meat cooked, we've got the onions and the mushroom, garlic, ginger cooked. Now we're going to add, they say about a half a cup of broth. I'm just gonna start with that first. Heat this up. And I think I'm gonna add the zucchini first. And with the zucchini, you're gonna cook it in the broth, okay? Just until it's cooked a little bit. I don't know what the problem is with my burner. Okay, it's on high. Just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and yeah, let's cook it on high. The other thing we need to add to this part is the Bragg's the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I think I'm gonna add this now, and I'm not gonna measure. Again, the recipe will be in the description, guys, so just click on that bottom arrow and you'll see it. Okay, now I'm going to add all this cabbage. I'm gonna stir this up. Oh, big chunk, we don't want that. I'm gonna salt and pepper this now. You always wanna do layers of seasoning. Again, not too much because we're putting some coconut aminos and you can taste it and see how it goes. But this needs to just be stir fried until it's cooked down. And I've incorporated all the zucchini. And I really think like the broth is enough. I didn't put a half a cup in there. So I'm just gonna cover this up and we will set that for a few minutes and see how it goes. Okay, so it's been cooking for a little while. I'm gonna add some coconut aminos to this. I already added a little bit more before that. And then I did add a little bit of the toasted sesame seed oil again. And just continue to keep cooking it down until it gets all wilted. So at least it's, you know, soft enough to eat. So I'm gonna cover this up again. Okay guys, so it is almost done cooking here. Now you're gonna add in the rest. Sorry if this is steaming up the lens here. I'm gonna add the rest of these mushrooms in here. Mushroom, onion mix. Just add all this flavor back. Wow, this is looking so good. And then we're gonna add back the turkey. I'm sorry, the chicken. And let me just taste the chicken. Make sure it's salt enough. Tastes really good. Okay, stir all that together. Wow, this looks so good. I mean, it's pretty much almost done. I cannot wait to try this. Now the sriracha, I was thinking my husband doesn't like it too spicy. I'm just gonna add this after. I'm gonna go ahead and put the top on. It needs to cook for about 5 minutes. It's about 15 minutes total when the cabbage goes in. And I think the directions say you're supposed to do it all together, but since I cooked it separately, it's not a big deal. Yeah. So we just have a few more minutes and then we're good. Now it does say you can serve this. Can you guys see me? I don't even know if I can get down here. You can serve this over cauliflower rice. That sounds really good. But I'm just gonna have it as is. All right guys, voila, it is done. This looks so good. I kind of wish the liquid would cook off a little bit more that's on the bottom here, but I don't know, we'll see. I may like that as a part of it. It may be like a soup, who knows? So to finish this off, what you're gonna do, and I'll show you, actually I'm gonna finish this off by plating it, okay? I'll be back in 1 moment. Okay guys, so it is finally finished. Check this out. Oh my goodness, this looks like a restaurant, you know, thing. So I have some soy sauce. I have some sriracha, and I'm just gonna add this to this, like that. Voila. All right guys, so I'm just going to quickly take a taste test of this. Wow. Why I haven't made this, I don't know. This is really good. Wow. I can eat me a lot of that. Yum. Guys, this whole Pinterest thing was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to join our community with lots of great recipes, healthy, I probably should finish eating before I start talking. Healthy recipes, health and wellness videos. I also like to do life transformation videos. I have quite a few planned within the next few months for that. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel and click on those notification bells so you don't miss a video. And also, like I don't know if I mentioned this before, we actually have a Facebook group called Totally Transformed. We would love for you guys to join that community and share some of your own journey. That'd be great. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed these recipes. If you did, please also put a comment down below. Just drop a comment and let me know if you're planning on making this, or if you have made it, what kind of other variations have you made to these recipes. That'd be great. And then be sure, if you're interested in these recipes, to click on the description box below, because that's where they'll be. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Love and blessings.